Yes, Vikas.
Okay, fine. So in yesterday classes we have seen the designing part, right? So let's continue further. I think I have not shared. I forget to share. I think yesterday. Okay, today I will definitely share. Sorry, yesterday I forgot to share. So yeah. Now we can proceed further. Okay. So we have our collection. The collection name is test update collection, and here inside the edit section we mention the mm, inside the test not inside the employee. Actually I have mentioned the which story number it is. Okay, so this one was the story number. Similarly you can paste that story in the main folder, like in the child folder. Okay, here also, so that you have the reference. Okay, here you can mention that. So when you open, and you can easily identify which story this particular request is comes under in which story. Okay. Now in the negative scenario you can see it here. We have added 400, 401, 404 and 403, and we are not adding the scenario for the server error, the 500 series. Okay, so 503 we can't do it, we can't reproduce at in whenever the issue from the server side, and then we can generate that issue. Okay, so let me call to everyone. Let me again call. Okay. So now we are going to discuss the other, the story number. Okay. So let me open the notepad. Let me open the notepad. Okay. So we have discussed about create the employee and verify the data, right? Now we are going to discuss the second story, that test 1001. Now you have created the employee, that is post method, and the verify method, and sometime you will get separate also. It depends on the how the requirements are coming. Okay, so this is just like a reference, you can take it. Okay, how the requirements is coming to you, it's totally depends on that. Sometimes the requirement only comes for the create the employee data, and after that the requirements comes for the verify the same. Sometime for verifying the same, they are implemented in the bunch, like the first requirement you will get something like that, get all data, then get all. Okay, then they use get data. Okay. Get data using id, right? And sometimes you will get separate story for get data using the query parameter, using the query param. Okay, so you will sometime you will get the separate story for that, separate story for that. Okay, so in the same way you have to do it, guys. Same way you have to do it. So currently we have created one single story, and we have completed the post and the get method. Okay, now the second requirement is coming to you as per the uh, client, that is update the created employee. It could be any resource. Do not take it as only employee resource we have to update. It could be any resource. It depends on your project. You have, it could be any property and value you have to pass, depends on your requirement. do not relate with only employee, just take it as a reference. Okay, update the created employee, updated the create employee and verify the same, verify the same. Okay, so you can go here, copy this thing, and this also it is under the employee resource, right? Employee resource. What we can do, what we can do again, we mention that story number inside the employee. Go to the edit section, and here if you go to the test section, okay, and here you can mention the another story number. Now create employee is done. Now this particular request is update the data. Okay, so the folder which we have earlier created in yesterday class, that was for the create the employee, right? Now what we can do, I will create one more folder and put the folder name, give me a second, under the employee, because it is related to the employee resource. Okay, so we will create the resource wise folder and will move that particular story in that. We can create the child folder. Okay, so here we can create one more folder, like give the name as what operation it doing, basically update the update employee. Okay, update, give me a second, employee, update employee. Right now update the employee. So to update the employee, how you can update the data? The same thing, using the patch method, right? So or using the put method, right? So here we already have the ready-made one which we have already discussed, right? So let me copy and move it here inside the update one. I'm not going to map from the beginning because we already have the ready-made. Why it's not moving? Yeah, here you can move it inside that. Okay, because I have already created, that's why I'm just moving. I'm not wasting the time to create. Okay, so you can see you updated the employee, you updated the employee, right? And here you are passing the employee ID, and here you have written the code for that. Okay, so when you call, right, I think I have not started the server. I have to start the server. So let me start my server quickly. What is the command? JSON. Okay, so I will go here and take the. I will take that and start my server. Okay, I have started my server. Okay, now let me hit this again and see. Yeah, you can see you are able to get the data, right? Now what we have did it here, we using the path method, what we are doing, we are verifying, you are updating the data, right? So as a positive scenario, what are the scenario you can write it here, right? I can update the single property or multiple property or whole property, like that. You can create the request. Here I'm passing the multiple property, right? Here I can go here and rename this folder update, like right now I'm updating the single property. It is working if I am trying to update the single property or not. Okay, I am passing the single property and give the name update employee, right, and single. Okay, like that I have created. You can see it here. Update employee single property. Okay, when you go and call, I think one test case will get failed because here you can see now phone number I have removed, right? So it's not getting from the request body. So let me uncomment this code. Now if I run, you can see, right, done. Now after then I can add multiple property, that is let me duplicate. I have duplicated the call. Okay, I have duplicated the call. Right now here you can update the multiple property. Let's suppose we have the multiple property. I can take it from here, like you want to update birth, surname, okay, or you want to update email ID, or you want to, let's suppose this value I'm taking. Okay, I will go here and pass it here. Okay, now what you are trying to do, you are trying to update the multiple property, right? Here if you want to generate the unique one, right, you can write in the pre-request and generate the unique email ID. Here you can generate in the same way which we have already did in the create the employee. You can generate the random email ID, right? So right now I'm passing the hard coded value. Let's suppose A B C D E 1 2 and at the rate gmail.com. Okay, and the smoker is false. Okay, I'm putting in the smoker value as a false, and the smoking date here you can, now if you are smoking then you have to also pass the particular date. Okay, so pass the value here, and 2000 like 8 and like that you can pass the value.
Because in this something you was telling that we can write in prerequisite part.
Yeah, I was asking that if you want to make the email ID as a dynamic, right, you can write the pre-request and generate the email ID and parameterize the thing here, which we have already did in the create employee. Right now I am passing the hard coded value. If you want to make it as a dynamic, then you can. Okay. Now if I call, now you can see data get updated. You can see it here, data get updated, right? Whatever the value I have passed here, that get updated, right? Now after updating the data, you have to verify as well, right? Because now your testing is not completed yet. Okay, you have to also verify your data. Whatever the scenario you can cover related to this particular story, you can and add inside the update employee. Okay, so after updating the employee, the things is you have to also verify the data. So I will copy this particular duplicate this get call, because I have already ready-made things are created here, and I will move it here. Now you can see it here. Here I am verifying the updated data, right? So I can verify verify the updated employee. Okay, like that you can give the name. Clear? Now here you can verify the data. Here you can verify. If I call, let's see, 6 by 8, so you have to find the where is the issue, why it get failed. You have to check your script. Okay, now you verify email ID. I think you guys tell me why this particular things get failed. The two validation get failed. That one is the email ID and the second one is the employee phone number. Okay, so this particular two things get failed. Now tell me the reason where we are doing the mistake. It was this particular script was created based on the in different collection based on their scenario. Now I have designed the things. Now tell me what mistake we are doing here. So if you go here and check the request body,
I think random email ID we were generating there, and here in pre-request we are not provided, I think.
okay, let me check what is the reason. This particular call is for this single property, but there is multiple now. Let me change the name. I think multiple property. Okay, I have changed the name. Now come to here. uh, this one is the single property. Okay, now you have the multiple and the single. Let me move this up. Okay, now here you can see what mistake we are doing. And here, like, we are passing the multiple keys and the value. So you can write the code here based on the data which you are passing. Same thing we have to follow. Okay, now updated employee data request data dot body. Okay, so it's taking the this particular get call, this particular request body. Let me show you here. If you go, this particular set employee request data is taking the create employee. If you go here, you can see it's taking the post call variable, right? But here we have to use the updated call data, right? So what we can do it here, just create one more because I have to set this one, right? I have to set this one because your request body is changed here, right? So here I can set the updated employee data, right? And here you can use the concept pm.environment. Why my typing is slow here? pm.environment dot set, right? And then again it's slow. Again create the variable like set the updated employee data, and here you can pass the value, right? Here you can pass the value. Okay, now you have set the patch request body. Now what you have to do, where you are verifying in this call, right? So instead of using this particular variable, because this variable I have used in the create call and I have changed the data in the update call, so your request body is changed, right? So you have to use that particular variable which you are using in update call, right? So here I can, right now, let's the remain thing as it is, and now let me call. It's showing it get failed where first name is undefined. Okay, got it. So what is the mistake here we are doing? In the set updated data, we are passing this particular value, the date of birth, surname, email, a smoker, and smoking date. But here you can see we are trying to validate the first name, because the first name is not there, then how can it pass the value, right? Agree?
Yes.
Right. So what you can do, whatever data is displayed in the here in this request body, you can write the code for that particular one. So I can do what I can do it here. Let me disable this thing, means comment this thing, last name also, or I can do the one thing. Instead of that, I can do the one thing. I can also verify. I will go here and copy the last name, first name also, and go here and pass it here. Up to you how you are creating the scenario, guys. So let me pass some. If you want to pass dynamic, you can. Okay, right now I'm passing the static data. Okay, so here you can use the last name. The last name is let's suppose C. Okay, now I think some other thing which we have to pass to make this code pass. Birth surname is there, employee ID is there, employee city. Okay, employee city and the phone number. Okay, let me disable this thing for now. Okay, now let me call. Still there is one thing, first name. Let me check where is the mistake we are doing. Get employee, we have stored the set employee data inside this particular values, right? Now in the body, what are the things we are getting? First let me check. Yeah, this value we are getting now, because we are, already we are having the ready-made code, that's why we are using the copy paste, right? But when you are creating this thing fresh level, so you have to write it on. Okay, so what I can do, first name, server response body, request body, and the first name. I think some spelling mistake, case sensitive is there. Okay, what I can do it here, let me comment this code as well and check where we are doing the mistake. Now it's showing the error message as a first name is undefined. Somewhere we are using wrong. First name, even we have committed the first name. Okay, here. Let me comment this code and let me again try it again. Okay, let me write the fresh code here, no problem.
Yes, new, if you could write, because actually I'm not able to understand like this.
It's the same thing, sir, which we have did earlier actually. Nothing I am doing different here. Nothing, not any single concept.
But like they are linked with earlier requests, so I think.
I have already explained you how, if it is linked, then how you can verify the things. Okay, so here you can see the update call, right? You are using. So you have to verify this thing in the get call. So we have used the set updated employee here. So we have stored the request body inside this particular variable. Inside this particular variable. Now inside the verify data, inside the verify data, now you have used that particular variable and you have stored inside the reference variable. Now you can write the code like what are the things we are passing here, the first name, last name, date of birth, birth surname. Okay, so let's try to validate this thing. So test verify the first name, verify the first name. Okay, and here you can write the actual and expected. So what is the actual and expected here? So the actual is this one, the I have passed the response body. Okay, so I will copy the response body and pass it here. And what property I want to validate? So I want to validate the first name. I want to verify the first name. Now you have to write the expected result. What is the expected result? Get employee request body. Request body. This is your expected result, because this thing you have stored the request inside this particular variable, and where this request is coming, this request is coming from the update call, set method to set the request body. Okay, now we can use this particular variable and we can try to fetch the first name. Okay, now if you call and let's see it's working or not. First name is undefined. Give me a second. Give me a second. So let me console this thing. Why it's showing this error message here? So why I have used the multiple okay, no, we already have the get method. I don't want to use this thing, and let me call. So first name is undefined. Okay, no problem. So let me check. Let me first print the, let me open the console. Whenever you stuck in somewhere and you are not able to identify, okay, and let me console console.log this data. Let me take it and let me check. Okay, now you can go here and see it is undefined. Let me again call. Where is the mistake? We have to find it. Undefined, it's coming out in this particular variable, where in this get employee request data. So some mistake we are doing here, right? So let me check pm.environment.get. So this particular method is there or not. let me go to here and go here and check parse json.parse request data. Here req request data. Okay, let me console this particular variable, and let me find the issue and value is coming here or not. Okay, yeah, this value, the value is coming, right? You can see in the data which we have passed in the request value, that value is coming here. Okay, that value is coming, that's fine. Now where is the mistake? We use the same variable, here. Yes, that is correct. Set, let me change the variable name, set the updated employee data, that is correct. And yeah, everything is correct. Now let me environment, let me, okay, so let me copy this environment sorted, and this particular variable is also stored here. Let me save it and go here, and we are using pass it here. Now let me use this request data. Okay, let me use this and let me console and check. Still it is undefined. Why, guys? So let me check the environment file. This environment we are using, let me check the variable. Variable, I will go. Let me remove this particular, remove that, and let me save it, and then go here, I'm trying to print a JSON body. This thing is set the data environment variable. We are using the correct thing. Let me call and let me check data is there or not. Yes, in the patch request body is coming out, right? When we set the things, let me check again this one. Yeah, now it's coming out. You can see, right? So the issue was when we are set the things, when we are using this particular method. Here I have put some, I think it was the space was there. If you put some space, I think it will not take, it will take as an undefined value. Okay, so please keep this thing in mind. Okay, now let me save it. Let me remove this console.log. Now let me go to the get body, and now data is coming out. Let me remove the console, and let me remove this thing. Now let me call. Now you can see it here, right? Now you can verify the data. Like what are the data you want to verify? You can verify the last name. Okay, and here you can pass the property name as a last, and here you can pass last. Okay, and here you can again call. So you can see it here, it get verified. Similarly, what are the things we are passing in the request body? So if you go here and check it here, date of birth and birth surname and email ID and a smoker. So similarly, you can write the code for is I'm doing anything new. Guys, I'm doing anything new or this thing is already I have explained, right?
The same process.
Same process I'm doing. Okay. So here you can pass date of birth and then what is the other thing? Birth surname. Okay. Birth surname. Let me copy. Get confused because I was just copying and pasting the thing. Okay. What was that? Birth surname. Birth surname. Okay. I will go here, verify the birth surname and birth surname, birth surname. Now you can verify the email ID. Email ID, verify the email ID. Updated. You can change the message. It's all depends on you how you are want to print. Verify the updated email ID, right? And pass the email here. So similarly, you can add the validation for the other property as well. You can see, right? Clear? Now you verify the data. You verify the data. You first updated the things using single, then multiple, then you are verifying the things. You are verifying the things, right? So if you, in the case of verifying, it's up to you. You can use the, you can verify the data using the ID or using the get all data. If you are using get all data, then what concept you have to use? You have to use the for or if condition. You have to apply the loop because the data will be in the array. First you have to find that particular ID and then you have to apply. Clear?
Yes.
Okay. So I would recommend use only one, means to verify the data. Do not use all the get request like get the ID by UZ and get the ID by query param and all. So it's sufficient if you are verifying using only one get call. Okay, if you are using get all employee data, in that case you have to write the code for the because in get all data the response in the form of array, right? Not the data is not in the form of single object, it is in the form of array. It is in the form of array. So you have to first same code, same thing we will apply the for condition, and then if response body you have to find the get employee ID, but the things which we have to say check the set employee request data, that thing will change because we are using currently here we are using create employee data, but here we are using update employee data, so we have to use that particular variable. Clear guys?
Yes.
Okay, now you verify these two things like updated the data using single and the multiple, right? Similarly, you can write the negative scenario. Okay, so what I can do, the negative scenario come at, and if any other scenario during testing, if you want to consider, you can guys. Okay, so now what I'm doing here, I've moved this folder here. What happened? Yeah, so negative scenario put at the the bottom actually. Okay, so create the employee, update the employee. Now you have to cover the what method you have added, patch, right? So you have to add the negative scenario for the patch. Okay, So we'll go here inside the post request. So what are the negative scenario you can add for the patch? You can add it here. Okay. So let's suppose you can here you can select the patch method, and here you can pass the body. What is the body for the patch? Okay, so this one is the body. Okay, and here you can pass it here, right? So and the body you have to pass the request body. What body? Let's suppose I am passing this body. Okay, so you pass this body and select the JSON. Okay, as a 400 bad request, what scenario I can apply to bad request? The things you have to do the things not as per the requirement. Let's suppose the first name is mandatory, while updating the data, and if you are not passing, then you will get the 400 bad request. You will get 400 bad request. And anything is required and you are not passing that thing, you will get the 400. Or anything that is defined, let's suppose any enum type, let's suppose this one value, we can take it. Here we have one property type client. So as per the requirement, we can pass only three type, like client, partner, and child. But what we are doing here in the patch call or in the create call also, you can add this thing in the 400 bad request scenario. Like try to use some different value that is not defined in the enum, right? So you will get the error message as a 400 bad request, because that is not as per the requirement. The requirement, you don't have to, it not say that you can pass other than that, like client and partner or child, right? So if you go here, I think when I explain you the Swagger stuff, I think when I go here in the Swagger stuff, all the things I have already explained you. If you go to the Swagger requirement, and here if you go here and somewhere model, not this one, somewhere the model, here you can say they're having the status property, and they have you can only pass the three value: place, approve, and deliver, right? So these all are the enum value which decided by the client actually. If you are passing other than that, then you will get the 400 bad request, right? So you can add this type of scenario in the bad request. Okay, so right now in my case, I can only remove the syntax, comma or double quote. In that case, I will get this error message. Okay, this is the create call. I don't want to make disturb the create call. In the patch call, we have to do, right? So I can remove the comma. Generally, guys, you in the real time do not remove double quote, colon, and like that. Do not apply this type of scenario. Okay, because in my case I'm not able to generate the 400 like pass the invalid date format, or pass the different types of enum, right? So that's why to generate the 400 bad request, I'm removing the colon, removing the comma, the bad syntax I'm using. But in the real time, do not do this stupid work, like remove the column from here in every request, in every method, and try to check. Okay, so such type of things, do not do that. Okay, here you can see the 400 bad requests you will get. Okay, let me add this thing inside the particular collection. So where I have to add inside the negative scenario inside the 400, and here you can give the name update employee. What name you can put it here? Update employee. Bad syntax, something like that. Whatever. If you are passing a wrong enum value, then you can pass it wrong enum or invalid enum and pass the property name here, like invalid enum value for honor. You can write it so that whenever anyone read this, they can easily understand what scenario you are applying. Based on that, put the name. Simple concept. That's why the designing is very important, so that we can maintain this thing easy. So update the employer. I'm using the bad syntax. Okay, so bad syntax, and save this particular. Now you can see the patch call get stored, and if you think like you can generate some more bad request, 400 bad request, add that scenario inside the bad request folder. Inside the bad request folder. Now you can add the scenario 401 unauthorized. Similarly, like to update the data, we need the token, right? So you can right now we are using some different service here. I'm using some different service here, the Go REST. Okay, so let me create the patch request for that, and patch request, and let me use this particular service, Go REST service, and go here and pass it here. Go to the body and raw, and then copy the whole body from here. Copy the whole body from here and pass it here. Right now, JSON body you are using, you are passing the JSON body. Right now, to update this particular data, if I update, it says that some error message. Let's see, 40 not found. I think we have to pass the ID, right? So because we are using the patch method, let me first create. Okay, authentication fail. Here you have to pass the valid token. Let me go to this particular site. Go REST site and get that token. So I'm trying to get that token. The real time you have the separate API for that, separate request for that. I will go here and take the token from here, and right, and then I can pass it here. Okay, now let me generate. Now you can see I am able to generate, right? And here status code why guys? Okay, I think yesterday we have added at the parent level something. Let me check. Yeah, you can see the code here. Okay, 401 we have added 401. Okay, we have added the 401 here. Okay, and in the negative scenario at the folder level we have added some code, right? So let me remove this code because this is applicable. It apply for all request body, so that's why I have removed from here. Now here you can go, and what is the token here? 2212. Okay, I will take this token and pass it here, and let me call.
So is it invalid ID or what? Because token we are passing is right.
ID is valid. Here you can see 2212. Okay, so
Name we
we
have
are
to.
here we are using 2212 and request body is done and patch body I have to use now.
So in this name we have to correct no invalid ID in place of invalid token.
Give me a second, sir. I mess up the thing. Let me close the thing. So this is your request, right? This is your request. The patch method. Here you can pass 2212. Now you can see. So yes, sir. Tell me, what was your question?
Actually we are passing correct token, but what invalid we are passing in this negative
First,
scenario.
first, I am adding the scenario for the 401 unauthorized. That means you are passing the wrong token or invalid token, or you are not passing the token.
Okay.
For the patch method, you can see I have not passed the auth here, right? So it's showing the 401 unauthorized, right? So you can give the name, and this thing you are adding inside the 401, right? So update user token not supplied, token not passed. Okay, now you can see one request get created inside the 401, right? Clear? Now in this scenario we have not passed the token. Now in the second request, what we can do, we can pass the token but the invalid token, and let's see, right? It's showing the error message as a 404 resource not found. Let me check what is the issue. Give me a second. This thing and pass the token here, and let me call resource not found. Give me a second. Let me again call. Four zero not found. I think this particular ID is not exist actually now. Let me again generate this token, and you can see 1304. So the Go REST is frequently deleting the data actually. That's why. Okay, 13. I will go here 1304. 1304. Now you can see. Now if you go here and pass the invalid token here, something like invalid, and what was that, 1304, and you can call. Now you can see, because this particular service frequently deleting the data. That's why it's get deleted, which we have created.
So because in this we will name this no as invalid token in this request. It is written token not pass.
Yeah, we can rename. Obviously, we have to rename this thing like invalid token. So invalid token, right? So right now clear this thing, and here clear this thing, and here clear this thing. So
could you explain this post method in which invalid token is mentioned? Second request.
this one.
Yes, sir. This one.
So here you can see simple concept. Here we are, if you go here, invalid token. Okay, I have removed the token, pass the invalid one. All clear?
Okay. So same thing in post call it is.
Yeah, same call, same thing it is. Here also we have not pass, here invalid token, here in not pass, here invalid token. But method and the request body is changed because we have, it is the separate story, right? So you are applying the same scenario here.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so like that you can generate the 401. Now you can you have to add the 40 not found. 40 not found. Okay, so what method again we can use? The requirement is for the patch method, right? So we will create the patch method as per the requirement. It is for the patch method, and I will go here and patch. And what body we are using? We are using the local server here. Okay, so this is the body we are using, URL, and pass it here, and the employee ID. So what we can do, you can pass the invalid employee ID. I have passed the invalid, and inside the body I can go and draw same thing, guys, same thing which we have discussed. And here let me I'm updating the data like that. Okay, let me take it from here. Let me take it from here. Okay, I will go here and pass it here, passed it here. Now you want to generate what? 404 not found. Here that's why you have passed the invalid and try to call. 404 not found. Right, now you can add this particular request inside that particular folder. So update data, update employee, update employee. Okay, and here you can pass what name, like invalid what, employee ID. Okay, and you can pass inside this folder, save it. Now you can see, right? Similarly, you make me duplicate, and if I not pass any ID, we have one more scenario, like if you not pass ID, the blank ID, blank, and let me call, you will also get the 404 not found. It's up to you what are the things you are applying to generate the 404 not found. So here the blank ID, the blank EMP ID, can I write like that? Employee ID. Right, now you can also create one more request to generate the 404. Here we are passing the correct employee ID, but we are passing the correct employee ID, but here we are using the wrong resource. Okay, let me call 404 not found. Okay, here you can rename the things like, right, wrong invalid resource. Invalid resource. Invalid resource. So whatever the scenario you can generate related to the 404, you can add it here. Okay, now similarly, if if it is related in the patch method, if you are able to generate the the 403 forbidden, obviously you can in the real time, so you can add inside the 403. And similarly you can 403. Okay, so these four we are using. If in your project, if you having the requirement for other status client error, then you can add it here. Create the sample, create the child folder, and you can add it here. Okay, so now similarly what you can do, let me close all. And the next requirement is the third one is API test 1002 to delete the employee data, and verify the same. Okay, correct. What you can do, copy this thing and may move mention that story number inside the parent one. So where is the parent one? I will go to the edit section and mention it here, so that when you go to the parent level, you can easily understand what are the story request I have covered here, right? And then you can create one folder, give the name, where it is, add folder, right? Add folder and give the name here, delete employee, and inside the test you can mention the story number. Okay, now delete employee is ready to add. Okay, now you have to add the request inside the delete employee, right? So what you can do it here, so what are the calls we are using in the delete? Let me go here and yeah, let me duplicate, and the code is, the request is already ready made here. I don't want to create, so I will go and move inside the delete. I will go and move inside the delete, and now you can see, right? So whatever the data you have created, updated, now you have the requirement to delete the data, the CRUD operation, full CRUD operation you are doing. Okay, so yeah, now you can see you added the delete method here, right? And let me rename this thing and delete the data. You can use valid ID, something like that, valid emp ID. Okay, now when you delete, you will you are able to delete, right? Now the things is you have to also do the regression stuff, correct? The regression testing, right? So what you have to do, you have to also verify. After deleting the data, you want to verify, right? So you have to create the get method, right? So let me what is the URL? So let me copy. So this is the URL. Let me paste it here. Right now, the employee ID which I am using here, the variable, same variable I am using here, right? So if you delete, you will get the error message as a 404 not found. That means, can I say it is successfully get deleted?
Yes.
Right? So what you can do it here, you can write, you don't have to write inside the 404 folder. Okay, you have to write inside the delete folder. Okay, so and here you can add verify deleted employee. Can I write like that? And we'll go here inside the update collection, inside delete folder, and I can add it here. Right, I have added. Now you can add the, I think there is no code is written for the 404. So you can write the code here. Let me go and copy the code which I have written here, 404 not 4. Inside this particular folder I have written the code for that. I will copy this thing and I will go here and I will go inside this particular get method and paste it here. Now if you want to change it, you can change the message, right? Now guys, the task is done, or still you have to do something? After deleting the data, you have deleted and you have verified. So you can also add, you are using the patch method. Using the patch method, you are trying to update the deleted data. Can I apply this scenario? Using the patch method, I'm trying to update the deleted data. Can I apply this scenario or not? I'm trying to update the deleted data. I think we can, right? So duplicate this thing and pass it here. Right? And then here you can, I'm using the same variable name which I have used in the delete call. Right? And when you call this, you will see, you can see it here, 404 not found. Right? So you can go it here, copy this code and pass it here also based on the response. Right? You deleted the data and you verified the data and you are trying to update the data, already deleted employee. Correct?
Yes.
Okay. So like that, you can add the positive scenario. After then, what you are trying to do, add the 400 bad request. So in the case of bad request, in the case of delete, what bad request you can use? Because in the case of delete, we don't passing the any data here, only employee ID. Yeah, we don't have the 400 bad request. If you don't have, then you don't have to require to add the 40 bad request. Yeah, in the case of 401 unauthorized, tell me, I want to in the delete method, I want to generate the 401 unauthorized. Then how you can? So delete method, I can use it here, and same thing, what URL we are using? We'll go here and copy this thing and pass it here, right? And in the auth, we are not passing any token, and when you call, it will say you the error message that, okay, because it's showing 404 because this ID is not there. This ID is not there, that's why, right? But when this ID is valid, then you will get the 401 unauthorized. Okay, so we can add this scenario like that. We can add this scenario, what delete employee in not pass the token. and I can add inside the invalid scenario inside the here, right? Similarly, you can pass the invalid token. Similarly, you can add for the invalid token. Right now, I have added only for the blank token. Similarly, you can add for the invalid token. Right now, tell me 404 how you can generate. So 404, you pass the invalid what? Invalid like ID. If you pass the invalid ID, let me duplicate and move it here. So here I can pass some invalid, right? So we can use something like invalid and try to call. You can see it here, 404 not found, right? So you have added, and you can rename the request name like invalid EMP ID. Correct? You have added the 404 not found. Now guys, one question I am asking you, for the delete, how you can generate the 403? Tell me. How you can generate the 403 for the delete call? I have already explained you the concept. How you can generate the 403 forbidden for the delete call?
Actually, we were doing that for GitHub organization. If we try to delete any organization which is not ours, and we pass the token of our
in this
GitHub
case, how you can? In this case, in the case of employee ID, how you can?
If you try to give the different resource name and then try to delete.
No. What I told you, the definition of 403, if you are trying to access means what? I'm not asking access means to fetch the data only. CRUD operation. If you want to do any CRUD operation, using some other data, it's that data is not yours. So can I say, if I use my valid token, if I use my valid token, and if I use the employee ID of others and trying to delete, can I say I'm using the employee ID of others, right? And the token is mine. The token is correct. So what happened here? I'm using this particular user trying to do the CRUD operation using the different user data. Correct? Agree? So like that, you can add the delete. Now you have the question, sometime in the real time you will get 404 not found, and you are applying the same thing. The token is valid, but you are passing the some other user ID that is valid, that is exist into your server, but that token is not linked with this particular ID. Okay, so that's why it returned the 403 forbidden. That ID is not invalid. That ID is existing into your server inside that resource, but it is not your ID. That ID is not linked with this token. Yeah, if you are passing the invalid token, invalid employee ID, then obviously you will get 404 not found. But you are passing the valid ID, but not your. Not your means that ID is not linked with this token. Then you will get 403 forbidden. Clear, sir?
Currently, but if you do here, then I think by
Currently you
your
can't.
ID.
Currently you can't, because this particular service does not support that particular thing. Okay, if I go to the GitHub, I think in the GitHub example, when I explained you the 403, at that time I have explained this concept. If I go and I don't have the GitHub valid, let me generate. Let's see, it's working. Bad credential, unauthorized. Let's see, it's work or not. Okay, so this is your data. You have to take the valid token actually. Guys, you guys are not doing the practice actually. Git developer API. Git developer API. Okay. Yeah. Git developer API. Let me open the GitHub also. And let me open to the reference. And let me go to the repository. Why this thing is not opening? Okay, so I want the token. So how you can get the token? Setting, developer setting, personal access token, and generate token. Password I have to put. Okay, regenerate token. Now I have generated the token. Let me use it here. Okay, I have used this token here, and then let me pass the token here. Let me pass. Okay, the name is already exist, so you can see it here. When I, as per the requirement, I have used the same name here, right? So I am getting 422 unprocessable entity. Generally, in the real time, the company this will not use, or they can use, but the generally they will return 400 bad request. 400 bad request. If your requirement is 422, then you have to create the folder for the 422. I'm not asking, we have to only create the folder for 400, 401, 404, 403. Whatever the requirement is, generally we have these four as a client error. That's why I have created. If you think in your requirement, in your project, you have 422, then you can create 422. Okay, now let me pass the unique name here. I think Yeah, actually, I need the help of you. Like, if you provide the organization name or anything, after then I can do it. So, let me create. Okay, you created the data, right? You created the data. Okay, you created the data, right? Now what I'm doing here, if I use your organization or your name, if it is patch method and trying to update the things, right, then if I pass, let's suppose, something invalid, right, so you will get 404 not found because this particular organization is not exist inside this organization, in this org resource, that is not exist even in your server. If I use any of you give your id, if your organization, if anyone provide me your organization, right, then I can show you how you can get the 403 because that particular organization is exist, but you don't have right of that because this token which I have used, that is linked with this particular organization only, not with your organization. Okay, so that's why you will get 403 forbidden. Like that, you can same thing you can apply in the case of delete. Use pass the correct token, but you can use the different user id and try to delete. I'm not asking, again listen, I'm not asking the id is invalid, I'm asking id is valid but it is not your. Same situation here, the organization is valid but it is not mine, it is some other one. In that case you will get 403. Clear? And one more thing I'm asking, it is not only applicable for only organization. So if I am explaining anything, do not stick with that, right? So it will applicable if you are trying, like if I'm using some other the name that is unique, right? Or something the developer has made as a primary key and that primary key you are using in your request. In that case, you will get the 403 forbidden. Okay. So like that, guys, you can design the the folder structure. Okay, any question, guys? In tomorrow class we will discuss how we can verify the things. Designing stuff is done, how you can design the things actually. Like that, you can, if you have multiple resource, then you can add the another. Let's suppose we have the income, then you can add one more folder here, one more folder here. You can give the name as income. Now income get created here, right? And same thing which we have did it here, same thing you have to do for the another resource, okay, right? So like that, if you go and read this, it is very readable thing, anyone can understand what you are trying to do it here. It is or not, guys? Are you able to understand if you see this folder structure?
Yes.
Right, so like that you can design. It's up to in your hand how you can design, but this is the one standard way to do that. Okay, so in tomorrow class we will discuss how we can verify actual and expected in one call, in one code, right? And after that we will discuss how you can verify the content type, and after that we will discuss if if the response is in XML format. XML. Right now, the XML, the response in the JSON, right? So we will also discuss in some of the REST API sometime, but rarely. you will get in the form of XML. Then how you can verify the XML thing. Okay, after that we will discuss how you can run this collection using the command prompt and how we can integrate with the Jenkins. And after that we will discuss the app server, application server, proxy, and all the things. Okay, clear? So we have 3 classes, another 3 classes. Actually the last class will be on Friday. Okay, any question, guys?
Because what is that Postman Newman that you have described?
Yeah, that I will discuss tomorrow or day after tomorrow. Okay, no worry.
It is like any feature or what?
No, Newman is the platform where you can run the Node.js code. Actually, Node.js. If you go and type the Newman is the just like the what is the spelling? Newman. Sorry. Okay. The Newman is basically to run the collection script. If you, what is the spelling? Newman.
NEW?
W, I think. Yeah. Newman.
Means it is a
Here it is said.
variant of-
It is the command line to run the collection actually. You have to install the Newman and you have to run. Okay, so that's it, guys, and please complete the installation of the Jenkins process. Okay.
Because
Yes, sir.
actually I'm facing the issues with this installation. Still, it is not resolved.
Okay, what error you are getting?
No, this time it's not shown. I shown last time. That is only error still.
Okay, can you share your screen? What is your Chrome? Sorry, what is your Java version now?
1 second. Last time you sent one command, right?
Yeah,
Let me
Java.
see.
Let me again try.
No, it might be Java hyphen version only. Okay. This error is coming from.
So you are facing this error, or you are facing some different, which you are asking is the
So that
same.
after removing the 2 Java version was there, no? Totally 3 was there in the
So,
laptop.
sir, go to the control panel. Go to the control panel program feature and show me the Java. It's get installed or not actually.
See, only this is left now. Okay.
But where is your I told you to update the latest one. Have you
Yeah,
updated?
I think it is deleted. 1 second. Download. Okay.
Give me a second, sir. Give me a second. Go up. Go up. Let me provide you the link. Copy this URL and try to open.
.com. .com.
Are you not able to copy from there?
No. When I click, it is open, but I don't know where it went.
Right click and copy link. Right click, copy link.
Okay.
Right. Go to the Chrome browser. Yeah, paste it here. Okay. Go down.
Here, this one you told, right?
Give me a second, sir. Give me a second. Java download for operating system. So, what is the version? Yeah, you can use the. Yeah.
This one?
Yeah. Give me a second, sir. What is the version? JRE 8.4.
U3.
Give me a second and let me, I think, provide it all. Yeah, you can use this one. Open this one. It's the same actually. It's the same. Same actually. Okay, man. Java test. Okay, sir, no problem. So you can download the previous one or this one, anyone you can download, and yeah. Okay, and then you can try and then let me know, sir. Okay. Hello.
Hello.
In your machine, Java is not installed, so you can download the first one which you was downloading. Okay, and then let
This
me
one.
know.
This one.
Yeah, yeah. Download this one, and after installing this one, then check the version and then let me know. Okay,
Yeah.
we can
This
connect
is
again. Okay.
this is the one again.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, you can discuss with me again if you have any query. Then you can drop the message if you are facing any error message. So you can just
This
send
also
me
I
the
need
message.
to download.
Sorry.
This is I have done. Downloading is done. This one. And this is also I need to download.
No. This one you don't have to do. You have downloaded the only one. No? It's sufficient. Now you can install this thing in your machine and then check the version.
Run as administration I have to give or directly.
Ah, you can do it directly. Also.
Because I have done this initially, so it was not working. This I need to give in folder.
No, it's fine. Sir, do the one thing. If after installing this one, check the Java version. After installing it completed, check the Java version. If it is still not working, then go to the control panel, the program feature, and install it again. Then I have shared you the latest link with you, that is in the chat box, where you have to install the 11 version, JDK 11. Okay, so
Okay.
you can try that one. That
Okay.
will definitely work.
Okay.
Okay, try this one. If you still face issue, you are not able to check the version, right? After then, go to the program feature, uninstall this one, and then install the new one. If you open this link, go and open, which I have shared in the chat box.
This one, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. Java is installed.
Okay, install. Okay, close this. Now close the command prompt as well. Both the command prompt close. Open the new one.
Java version
Fine.
is complete. Yeah.
Now you can try to install the Jenkins.
Jenkins. Yeah. There also I faced the issue. That's why here this one I used initially. Okay. Later I downloaded the second one. This one is just double click, right?
Yeah.
See, like this it came from.
I don't know in your system what is the fault. Installation directly must be in local drive. So, as I can see in your machine, there are a lot of things are there. You have installed installation. Have you searched this thing into the Google? Did you find anything?
No. Actually, Jenkins I have not used till now, so I didn't
Well,
check
at least
anything.
you can search
Yeah,
the error
error is
message
saying. Yeah.
Installation directory must be on a local drive. Give me a second. Directory must be in local drive. Local drive. Installing Jenkins. So give me a second, sir.
So what they're saying is like prompt to run as administrator.
Try to run as a instructor.
Okay. Then what we have to do?
Sorry.
After this, administrator, open Windows, request administrator.
Give me a second, sir. Give me 1 minute.
Huh.
Okay, so it get resolved when you're trying to install using administrator.
No. I just open the command prompt. That's it.
So
After
right
that,
click and run as administrator.
this Jenkins, huh?
Yeah. There is not any.
No.
Okay, so sir, give me a second. I'm providing. I get the one solution, right, in the Google. So I'm providing you one let me send you. I have provided in the chat box. Okay.
Okay.
So watch this recording, and whatever the step they are asking, follow that step. The error will get real. The same issue he is also facing.
Okay.
The installation local directory. Okay.
Yeah.
Watch this recording and do the same step. Okay.
Okay. Fine.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.